Picture this. You're standing in a bustling marketplace in Morocco, surrounded by incredible sights and sounds, but there's just one problem. The menu at that authentic local restaurant might as well be written in hieroglyphics, your phone has no signal, and you're starting to feel that familiar flutter of panic. Sound familiar? Well, what if I told you that the very device in your pocket could transform from your biggest travel headache into your most trusted travel companion? Stay with me, because today we're turning your smartphone into the ultimate travel tool that works even when you don't. Welcome back to Shortcut Suitcase, where we prove that travel after 65 isn't just possible, it's where the real adventure begins. I'm here to help you master your environment, no matter where in the world that environment happens to be. Today, we're tackling something that strikes fear into the hearts of many seasoned travelers: technology. But here's the thing about being a tech-savvy Voyager. It's not about becoming a computer genius overnight. It's about learning 3 simple tricks that will revolutionize how you navigate the world. Let's start with the elephant in the room. That ghost in the machine that seems to mock us every time we try to figure out a new app or feature. You know what I'm talking about. That moment when your grandchild casually mentions some function on your phone, and you nod along pretending you understand, but inside you're thinking, when did phones become rocket science? Here's the reality check we all need. Technology isn't getting more complicated to spite us. It's actually getting more intuitive, more helpful, and more designed for people exactly like us. The problem isn't the technology. The problem is that nobody ever taught us the right shortcuts. Think about it this way. When you learned to drive, you didn't start by rebuilding an engine. You learned 3 basic things: how to start the car, how to steer, and how to stop safely. Everything else came with practice and confidence. Your smartphone works exactly the same way. You don't need to understand every feature. You just need to master the 3 that will transform your travel experience from stressful to seamless. So let's dive into shortcut number 1, and this one is going to blow your mind. It's called Google Lens, and it's probably already installed on your phone right now. Imagine having a universal translator that doesn't just work with words, but with everything you can see. That mysterious menu in the Moroccan restaurant? Point your phone's camera at it, tap the Google Lens icon, and watch as every dish description appears in perfect English, floating right over the original text like magic. Here's where it gets really interesting. Google Lens doesn't just translate menus. It reads signs, translates street names, identifies landmarks, and even tells you what that beautiful flower is called in the local botanical garden. I watched a 70-year-old woman in Rome use this feature to read a plaque about ancient ruins, and her face lit up like she'd just discovered buried treasure. Because in a way, she had. The beauty of Google Lens is that it works instantly. No typing, no copying text, no squinting at tiny letters. You simply point and learn. It's like having a knowledgeable local friend who speaks every language fluently, except this friend never gets tired, never gets cranky, and never judges you for asking the same question twice. Now, let me share a personal story about why this matters so much. Last year, I met a couple from Kansas who had saved for decades to visit Japan. They were incredible people, full of curiosity and adventure, but they spent their first 3 days barely leaving their hotel because they felt overwhelmed by the language barrier. When I showed them Google Lens, everything changed. Suddenly, they were reading restaurant reviews, understanding train schedules, and even having basic conversations with locals. Their entire trip transformed from intimidating to incredible, all because of one simple tool they already owned. This brings us to shortcut number 2, and this one is a game changer for a different reason. It's called offline maps, and it's your insurance policy against getting lost in places where your cell phone signal decides to take a vacation. Here's what most people don't realize. Your phone can navigate perfectly even when it has zero connection to the internet. You just need to download the maps before you need them. Think of it like packing an umbrella. You hope you won't need it, but when that unexpected rainstorm hits, you'll be grateful you planned ahead. Downloading offline maps works the same way. Before you leave your hotel, you spend 2 minutes downloading the map of the area you plan to explore. Then, even if your phone loses signal in the subway, the mountains, or that charming village with spotty coverage, you still have a detailed, GPS-enabled map that shows exactly where you are and how to get where you're going. But here's the part that makes this truly brilliant for travelers our age. Offline maps don't just show you routes. They show you elevation changes, walking times, and even alternative paths if you prefer to avoid stairs or steep hills. They remember where you parked your car, mark important locations like your hotel or the nearest pharmacy, and work perfectly with your phone's built-in magnification features if you need to zoom in for a better look. I learned the value of this feature during a hiking trip in Scotland. My phone lost signal completely about an hour into what was supposed to be a simple walk. But because I downloaded the offline map, I could see exactly where I was, which path led back to the village, and even which route would be easier on my knees. What could have been a scary situation became just another part of the adventure. The psychological impact of having offline maps cannot be overstated. When you know you can't get truly lost, you're willing to explore more freely. You'll take that interesting side street, visit that local market, or accept an invitation to see something off the beaten path. Confidence in navigation translates directly into confidence in exploration, and that's when travel becomes truly magical. Now, let's talk about shortcut number 3, and this one might literally save your life. It's called Emergency Medical ID, and it's a feature that sits quietly on your lock screen, ready to help medical professionals take care of you even if you can't communicate clearly. This isn't about being pessimistic or paranoid. This is about being prepared in a way that gives you more freedom to be adventurous. Here's how it works. You set up a simple profile that includes your emergency contacts, medical conditions, medications, and allergies. This information becomes accessible from your lock screen without anyone needing your password. If you ever need medical help abroad, paramedics or doctors can immediately see crucial information like your blood type, that you're allergic to penicillin, or that you take medication for your heart condition. But the brilliance of Emergency Medical ID goes beyond medical emergencies. It can include the phone number of your hotel, your travel insurance information, and even basic phrases in the local language like, "I need help," or "Please call my family." It's like carrying a comprehensive emergency card that can't get lost, stolen, or forgotten in your other jacket. The setup takes about 5 minutes, and once it's done, you never have to think about it again unless you need to update something. But knowing it's there provides a level of security that transforms how confidently you can explore new places. You're not just hoping everything goes smoothly. You're prepared for whatever might happen, which paradoxically allows you to worry less and enjoy more. These 3 shortcuts work together to create what I call the confidence cascade. When you can understand what you're seeing with Google Lens, navigate confidently with offline maps, and know you're prepared for emergencies with medical ID, something incredible happens. You stop feeling like a tourist who's just trying not to make mistakes. You start feeling like an explorer who's equipped for discovery. The technology isn't your enemy. It's your most loyal travel companion, ready to help you unlock experiences you never thought possible. That ghost in the machine isn't haunting you. It's guiding you toward adventures that await just beyond your comfort zone. Remember, mastery of environment isn't about controlling everything around you. It's about being prepared enough to embrace whatever you encounter. Your smartphone, with these 3 simple shortcuts, becomes the bridge between the wisdom you've earned and the adventures that are still calling your name. So there you have it, fellow Voyagers. 3 shortcuts that transform your phone from a source of frustration into a gateway to the world. Google Lens for understanding, offline maps for navigation, and emergency medical ID for peace of mind. Together, they're your ticket to traveling not just safely, but boldly. If this video helped you see technology as an ally rather than an obstacle, Please hit that like button and subscribe for more practical travel wisdom designed specifically for the modern senior adventurer.